Hello, all my dear students. My name is Ajay Gulati. Welcome to Sri Jain's Rank Zone classes. Dear students, I am your friend and mentor for the mathematics portion. As I always tell you, this is also known as quantitative aptitude portion. Students, today we will be doing the the fourth class for the topic compound interest. I'll wind up the chapter today itself, and this will be the full and final class, and the remaining topics we'll be discussing today. Okay, so let's start with the topics. Let's start. This is CI class 3. 4, sorry, 4. So let's start with CI04. It's necessary for me to write this down so that whenever you get these notes later on, if in case I'm able to provide you these notes, so headings will help you differentiate the classes. Okay. Compound interest class 4. I'll start from where we left off yesterday. See, let's change this question to. Let's start from here. Okay. This is a good question. At a certain rate per annum, the SI on a sum of money for 1 year is rupees 260. SI for 2 years is what this is 260. I know this is what this is I plus I, or this can further be written as 130 plus 130. Now CI for 2 years is what? This is I plus I, same I, plus I on I, interest on interest. Okay, this part. We already know, first of all, this is given to us as in the question, and CI same sum for 2 years is 540.80. This is 540.80. This is what. Okay, I'm sorry, dear student. This is 1 year. I didn't see it properly. This is 1 year. The simple interest on a sum of money for 1 year. It's my bad. Okay. So this is I. Okay. So if I write 260 here, 260 here, this is how much remaining 20.80. This portion is I on I. This portion is I on I. The rate of interest per annum is, so this is the interest. I can say this is the interest, and this will serve as the principal. I on I, interest is calculated on a principal, so this can also serve as a principal. So time is equal to 1 year. Rate you need to find. Let's say this rate is R. Interest is 20.80, and the principal is 260. So if I apply the formula P into R into T by 100, then what do I get? 20.80, 260 rate time by 100. Let me take this over there. So this becomes 2080, or better I can say, let's cancel 10 from here. 208 is equal to 26R. This will give you 208 by 26, or that will give you 8% per annum. Let's take the next one. You can have a look at it if you want to, just for a second, before I do the next one. The sum of money that will yield a compound interest of rupees 420 during the second year at 5% per annum is. See, students, what is compound interest for second years? Let's say, what is simple interest for 2 years? Okay, what is the simple interest for 2 years? That is I plus I. Compound interest for I am writing yes for 2 years. Okay, let's say compound interest for 2 years will be plus I plus. Let me change the color of the pen. Plus I on I. So this is what CI for second year. CI for second year is I plus I on I. Okay, this is given to you as 420. This 420 is interest plus at 5% plus annum plus 5% of I. Okay, interest on interest is how, what is the rate of interest? 5%. So on this interest 5% is calculated. So you will get I into 1.05, 420. I is equal to 420 by 1.05. Okay, so this will easily come out to be 400. So I is equal to 400. Now what my logic is, the way I always do the questions is, I don't get into calculation. I have a simple logic: P, then I on I. What is the I on I? You can say if I is equal to 400, you got I 400. If this is 400, if this is 400, then this will be what? If this is 400, then this will be 20. So like 20, from here you go to here, you multiply this by 20, you get 400. In order to get the principal, now you multiply this by further 20, you will get 8,000. So this 8,000 is your answer. Okay, dear students. Let's take one last question of this type. The sum of money that will yield a compound interest of rupees 132 during the second year at 10% per annum is during the second year. See, first of all, if it is during the second year, SI second year is what? I plus I on I. This is I plus, what is the interest? 10% of I, so you get 1.1 I. Okay, dear students, is equal to 132. That way I is equal to 132 by 1.1 by 10. This will give you a 12. So I is equal to 120. The sum of money, you need to find the sum of money. How to do it? See, we have principal, we have I on I. This is 12, this is 120. This is how much times? 10. Why I you have 120, and this will become how much? Again into 10 times, that will become 1200 rupees. Okay, dear students, I hope so far the things must be clear to all of you. Okay, this is your answer, option number 3. Let's move to the next type of questions now. Now let me show you a new question, new concept. First I will solve it in detail, then I will tell you a fabulous shortcut for this, and I promise you, you will fall in love with this shortcut. See, rupees 1680 is 820 is divided between two brothers of age 27 years and 25 years. They invested their money at 5% per annum compound interest in such a way that both will receive equal money at the age of 40 years. The share of elder brothers. Oh my god, this question might appear to be very tough, but believe me, it's not that tough. It might be a bit lengthy if we solve it by normal method, but we can really make a, like, this is like cakewalk. This question will be like cakewalk. You will solve it so easily. First, let me do it in detail. This is like A, this is B. Okay, their age is this. His age is, let's say he's 27 years old. This B is 25 years old. Okay, now what happens? How many years? In 13 years, he will reach 40. In 15 years, B will also reach the age of 40. Okay, they both are getting X and Y rupees, 1680 total. Now, A will become 40 year, get attain the age of 40 years after 13 years. Let's say this 170 is rupees divided among between A and B as A and B, and their sum is 16820. Okay. Now they both will receive an equal amount at the age of 40 years. Let's say this equal amount, I am just for the sake of referring, I won't be using it to solve. Let's say this is x. Let's say this is capital A. Okay, let it be x only. Now, what will happen? X is equal to, suppose A got A rupees, then 1 plus rate by 100. 1 plus r by 100. I need to tell you the question, teach you the method. That's why I'm doing it. Otherwise, I'm not at all in favor of solving this question by conventional method. I need to teach you the concept. That's why I'm teaching you. That's why I'm doing you. A into 1 plus r by 100 raised to the power 13. Also, x is equal to, if I talk about B, suppose B gets B rupees. The share of A is A, the share of B is B. Okay. B into 1 plus 5 by 100 raised to the power 15, like this. Now both of them are x. If I equate them, this is equation 1, this is equation 2. If I do equating 1 and 2, what I get? A into 1 plus 5 by 100 raised to the power 13 is equal to B into 1 plus 5 by 100 raised to the power 15. So what do I get? From here I can get this. If I cancel, this will become A into A is equal to B 1 plus 5 by 100 or 1 by 20 raised to the power 2. 13 cancel 15, 2 power will be left. So from here what do I get? A is equal to B 21 by 20 square, you can say, is equal to B into 441 by 400. This is the ratio. You can say A is to B is equal to 441 is to 400. Now let's say A is equal to 441k, B is equal to 400k. Okay, so A is equal to 441k, B is equal to 400k. Therefore, we know A plus B is how much? 16820. That is 441k plus 400k is equal to 16820. What do we require? The share of the elder brother. The share of the elder brother. That is we require 441. Okay. So first of all, 841k is equal to 16820, and it's not easy to figure out that this is 2. 2 into 0. K is equal to 20. The share of elder brother. Share of, okay, I don't have space now. Share of elder brother is equal to 841k, that is 841 into 20. Sorry. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? 441k, okay. 441 into 20, that is 8820 rupees. Do I have any such option? Yes. This is the conventional way of solving this. Now I need to teach you the shortcut for this. If you want, you can have a look over it. Okay. Let me show you this question again. Bring the question to the screen also. And then I'll show you magic. This is the question. Let me increase the size. Okay. See, let's say this is number line upwards. Here there will be a bigger number. Here there will be a smaller. Question, you already know what is the question. Okay. See, A is younger brother, A is elder brother, B is younger brother. Let's say this is someone reaches 40, this is 27, this is 25. The amount which A has is right now A. It gains interest for 13 years. It reaches a value X. The amount which this fellow B has will gain the interest for 15 years, and then it will reach a value Y. Okay. And then it will reach a value Y. So from here, what can I conclude? This is 13 years. This is 15 years. See, this value is small. Why? Because in order to reach the same value X, it gains interest for a larger period of time. It accumulates interest for a larger period of time. It accrues more interest, but this accrues lesser interest and still it reaches the value x. So you can easily say A is greater than B, share of A is greater than share of B. Share of A is greater than share of B. Share of A is greater than share of B. Okay, dear students. So when I have reached this conclusion, share of A is greater, that means A is greater than B. If I say A is equal to B, had A been equal to B, though both the values will have been 16820 divided by 2, that will be 8410. Since A is greater than B, therefore A will be greater than 8410. See, this is the midpoint, like 8410. If A and B are equal, then both will be 8410. But if A is bigger, B is smaller, so A will be more than 8410, B will be lesser than 8410. How many options are there which are more than 8410? Only this option is the answer. I didn't do anything. This is a question which has been asked in your exams. I haven't changed anything. I haven't changed a single word in this question. This is as it is. The question appeared in your exam. Okay. I'm sure it must be clear to all of you now. Okay, dear students. I take the next question and then that also I'll solve by shortcut. There's one more shortcut for doing this kind of questions also. Let's take this question first. Let me increase the size a bit. Now the question we have is, a man gave 50% of his saving of 84100 to his wife. Total saving 84100. Half of this is being given to the wife. Half of this is how much? 42050 to wife. Now remaining 42050 to two sons. This is further divided. Okay, to two sons A and B. Okay, A and B of 15 and 13 years of age respectively. He divided it in such a way that each of his sons, when they attain the age of 18 years, would receive the same amount at 5% compound interest per annum. Same like previous question. Now, since A is elder and B is younger, therefore A's share will be more share, and his share will be less share. Okay, so the amount of A will get will be more than 42050 divided by 2, that is 21025. How many options are there which are more than 21025? These two options are less than 21025. This is more, this is also more. One of these could be answer. Most of the time it's only one option, but anyway, still you have reached close enough. You have less time. If you have less time in your exam, you can just take a guesswork, make a guess, or just play a fluke. You'll still be better off rather than solving this question. Now, no problem. Let's solve this. The logic is, see, the difference is 2 years. What is the difference? The difference is 2 years. So what will happen? A is equal to B into 1 plus R by 100. You have reached this part. Or you can say this is 105 by 100, 21 by 20 square. This is A, this is B. Look, I am going to tell you a super shortcut. Just give me a second. Okay. Now what I'll do, A and B will be 441 by 400k. 441 is actually what? Let's say this is like, I'll let it be like this only right now. 441 is 21 into 21. 20 into 20. K. K this I'm putting for equating. So the thing is, the value, the number which the share of A, the share of B. Okay, dear student, we need the share of B. Since we need the share of B, what I'll do, I cancel this. Okay, now it's very easy actually. How come it's easy? Since you need the share of B, B's share is divisible by 400. This number is not divisible by 400. Therefore, only this is possible. Now, don't no need to solve it. If you want, you can solve. I am not solving it right now. So the share of B will be a multiple of 400, and this will be your answer, my dear students. Okay, let's take the next one. Yes, good question. What does rupees 250 amount to in 2 years with compound interest at the rate of 4% in the first year and 8% in the second year? See, what we're gonna do is, what is, let's say after 1 year, what will happen? 250 into 1 plus R1 by 100. The rates are given for 2 years. See, R1 is equal to first year, the rate is R2 is equal to 8%. This is the amount after 1 year. Amount after 2 year will be what? I'll multiply this by 1 plus R2 by 100. That is A is equal to 250 into 1 plus 4 by 100, 1 plus 8 by 100. A is equal to 250. I will tell you what to do. This is 1 by 25. This becomes 26 by 25. This becomes 27 by 25. Okay. Okay. Now this is like, if you cancel it, you still you can cancel it, but I'm not going to solve it. Actually, I just need to tell you a logic. This will give you a 10. Okay. Then you cancel, this will become 0.4. But the crux is, the main thing is, this number is divisible by 27. 27 is divisible by 9. Let's check which of the options is divisible by 9. That is, the sum of the rates should add up to 9. See, if you add these, does the sum become 9? No. 280, here the sum can become 9. Here also the sum does not become 9. One another thing. See, this is 2, this is 5. When you divide this, you will get a decimal answer. If you will get a decimal answer, this will be your answer. 4 plus 6 plus 8 is 18. This is also divisible by 9. This is also possible. Okay. So either this is possible or this is possible, but your answer will be in decimal. So this is your answer. You don't need to solve it. If you persist, I will still solve it. Look, see, 2 into 26 into 27. 2 into, how do you do 26 into 27? 26 square plus 26. That is 26 into 27. 26 square 676 plus 26 702 divided by 5. Okay. 5 divided by 2, 0.4. 0.4 into 70.2, that will give you 280.8 very easily. Okay. This is your answer. Let's take one more of this type. Try it before I do. Should I solve it? The amount on rupees 25000 in 2 years at annual compound interest if the rates for successive years be 4% 5%. Look, amount is, first of all, this is the principal. You add 4%. Next year you add 5%. Okay, this is 2500 into, this is 1 by 25, 26 by 25, 1 by 20, 21 by 20, 0 0 cancel, 25 25 cancel. This is 100, 100 into 26 into 21. Either you can solve it, or you can say, let's divide. This is 27. 27 is divisible by 7. Which of the option is divisible by 7? This is not divisible by 7. This is divisible by 7. 26 800 is not divisible by 7. Okay. 28,500 is not divisible by 7. What do I do? I'm left with only this option. This is my answer. Still, you want, I can solve it for you people. 100 into 26 into 21 divided by 2. This will give me a 13. 13 into 21. 210 plus 63, 273. Followed by two zeros, I get my answer. Okay, dear students. Now we will be doing questions based on installment questions. And this time also, believe me, students will be creating miracle. I'll tell you a method which you won't have ever even think of. Okay, see, you have this question. A sum of rupees 2100 is taken as a loan. This is to be paid back in two equal installments. If the rate of interest be 10% compounded annually, then the value of each installment is, we have to repay 210 rupees in two installments, rate being given to us as 10%. Just think about it, or maybe you need not think, because the method I'm going to tell you will be very helpful for you. You will think in that direction only once I teach you the method. Let's start with it. See, students, I will just focus on the shortcut for installment question. What happens is 210 is taken as loan, and this is to be paid back in two installments of 10%. See, students, what happens when we have a 10%, 100 rupees plus 10% in 1 year will become 110. What is this ratio? Amount by principal. 110 by 100, that is 11 by 10. Now 11 by 10, this is the ratio. Okay, dear students, your installment will be a multiple of 11, will be a multiple of 11. More precisely speaking, the rate of in two equal, this is two equal installment now. So your precisely, it will be a multiple of 11 square, that is 121. Whichever option is divisible by 121 will be your answer. Game over. We have brutally murdered this question. Getting it, dear students. What is the answer? The answer is 11 square, that is 121. Okay, let's move to the next one. If you want, you can see it for a while. Installment will be a multiple of 11 square. Installment will be a multiple of 11 square, that is 121. This will be your answer. Let's take more questions to convince you this is a very good method. Okay, just give me a second. Oh, a builder borrows this much amount to be paid back with compound interest at the rate of 4% annum by the end of 2 years in two equal installments. How much will each installment be? See, first of all, 100 rupees. What is the rate of interest? 4%. It will become 104. The ratio of amount and principal is 104 by 100. This I can say, if I cancel by 4, this is 25, this is 26. So your answer installment will be a multiple of, installment will be a multiple of 26. More precisely, two installments. Since there are two installments, your answer will be a multiple of, installment will be a multiple of 26 square or 576. And believe me student, there is something more convenient to this question. This number is a even. This number is even. Your answer, your multiple of 26 will have to be even. All these rubbish options are odd. These are automatically rejected. So this has to be your answer. Option 1. Okay. 26 square is actually 676. So this 676 into 2 gives you 1352, very easily demonstrated. Okay, dear friends, let's take the next one. Let me show you the next question. Kamal took rupees 6800 as loan, which along with interest is to be paid in two equal installments. If the rate of interest is 12.5%, then the value of each installment is. Rate is how much? 12.5%. Now what I'll do? 100 rupees get changed into 112.5. Amount by principal 112.5 by 100. This is 9 by 8. Two installments. So this will be 9 square. That is 81. Therefore, installment. I'm very sorry. Let it be. Yeah. Installment has to be a multiple of 81 or 9. Okay. 9. Which options are divisible? See, the first option is this is actually 6,800. This is more than the interest. The installment itself is more than the principal. This is not at all possible. Now, this is not divisible by 9. This is also not divisible by 9 by divisibility rule test. I think I need to increase the size of the question. I'm extremely sorry, my dear students. I should have done it beforehand. I don't know how I missed it. So, what I was saying is, installment can never be more than the principal itself. This is also rejected. They're not divisible by 9, not divisible by 9. This is divisible by 9 as well as by 81. This is your answer. Okay. A loan of rupees 12300 at 5% per annum. Simple compound interest is to be paid in two equal installments at the end of every year. Find the amount of each installment. Direct logic students. 100. How much is the interest? 5%. It becomes 105. This becomes 21 by 20. Installment will be two installments. Okay. Installment will be a multiple of 21 square. That is 441. Either you can do it this way. Second is 441 is composed is like one int is made up of 3, 7, 21 like this. Number should be divisible by 3, 7. Okay. Let's check which number is divisible by 7. 66 divisible till 63. 25 divisible till 63. 35. See, 6650 is divisible by 7. How come? Oh, I'm sorry. 63, 3 remaining, 35 divisible by 5, 1 remaining. This is not divisible by 7. 6650 is divisible by 7. Okay. 66, this is divisible by 7. Why? This is 6650 minus 35. Let's look at this one. 65, 21 not divisible by 7. 61, this is till 56 divisible, 55 till 49 divisible, 66 not divisible. Only this is the number which is divisible by 7. Only 6615 is divisible. These are actual previous year question, students. Only 6615 is divisible by 7. Therefore, our installment is 6615. Okay, dear students. Clear to all? Let's take the next one. This is our next question. Try to do it before I do, dear students. A sum of rupees 13,360 was borrowed at 83 by 4% per annum compound interest and paid back in 2 years in two equal installments. What was the amount of each installment? Okay. Whatever the sum was, rate is what? Rate is 83 by 4% or 80 to 4, 32, 35 by 4. That is 100 rupees get converted into 100 plus 35 by 4. That is, it becomes 400 plus 35, 435 by 4. Now, what is the ratio? The ratio is 435 by 4 divided by 100 or 435 by 400. That is, if I cancel them by 5, this is 87. My answer has to be divisible by 87. Okay, dear students. So far clear? I'm sure it must be clear. Now, two installments. If you are good at square, now you very easily know that 7569 is the square of 87. This will be your answer. Two installment. Therefore, installment has to be a multiple of 87 square. That is 7569 is your answer. If 7569 is divisible by 89, 87, then 7500 can never be divisible. Okay. One more of this type. Try it before I do. Easy question actually. A man borrows rupees 816 and agrees to return it two equal installment. What is the rate of interest? If the rate of interest is 12.5%, see, 100 rupees, 12.5% interest. This becomes 112.5 by 100. You can say 9 by 8. Again, two installments. Therefore, 9 square, 81 installment amount must be divisible by 81. Must be divisible by 81. Among these, which of the options is which is divisible by 81? 81 into 6, clearly 486. The moment I see this, I can figure it out. This is my answer. Okay, dear students, clear to all? Okay, let's take one more question and I will like you to solve it rather than me trying directly, me solving directly. It's better you solve it. This time it is three equal installments. Okay. You have 30 seconds to solve it. Finally, I am solving it. A sum of 3310 is to be paid back in three equal installments. How much is each installment? The interest is compounded annually at 10% per annum. 100 rupees plus 10% will give you 110. The ratio is 11 by 10. How many installments are there? Therefore, installment has to be a multiple of 11 cube, that is 1331, which is the answer. Quite easily, this is your answer. Okay, dear students, let's take one more and then I'll wind up. We have done all possible types of questions in this chapter, and this is the last question for the exercise. In fact, that is enough, I hope. So, from my side, it's a bye bye. Compound interest over. Compound interest finished. We have done all possible types of questions. So, it's as usual. I very ardently believe that you ought to practice on daily basis. If I teach, that won't clear your exam. If only I teach, you will have to study, you will have to practice. This is very crucial time. Be very dedicated towards your studies, be very devoted towards your studies, and please crack the exam in your very first attempt. All the best, my dear students. Take care. Bye bye. Good night.